Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Sunday, August 30th. For today, a pair of strong cold fronts will be pushing through. The first one creating wind, low humidity, where you see the orange here for southern Idaho, northeast Nevada, and much of the northern half of Utah. So some isolated mixed and wet storms down towards the Arizona border. Second cold front pushes through on Monday. It will bring more wind across that same area, maybe even expanding further westwards into Nevada. It will bring cooler conditions and showers, maybe even some isolated wet snowflakes over the highest terrain of the Tetons on Monday. Tuesday finally quieting down with no significant impacts. Smoke today still being produced. Some of our California fires, you see it here along the cold front, very well defined today, lingering into parts of southern Idaho, but you can see how Idaho clears out in the afternoon as that front pushes south. The smoke gets entrained just ahead of the front across parts of central Utah and Nevada. In terms of lightning yesterday, we did have some in eastern areas, a couple of dozen strikes. There was some light precipitation, but there were some dry strikes mixed in. Fire situation, new fire starts in the red, existing fires in the yellow. And over the past 7 days, precipitation here, heaviest in some of the highest terrain of central Idaho, where you had maybe a half inch or more, as well as down in southwest Utah. Otherwise, very light and scattered precipitation. Fuels are kind of in a state of flux right now, and a change with the moistening coming in from the north. So you see our driest area still across northern and central Utah, moistening up, but still some pockets of very dry fuels here in Idaho and western Wyoming. That will be changing, however. Looking at the satellite imagery, deep low pressure over central Canada and another strong cold front dropping down out of Alaska, creating a very tight height gradient. So the winds here in Idaho and into northern Nevada and Utah will be increasing. Pretty dry right now. The monsoonal moisture shifting more into New Mexico. So for today, there's that monsoonal moisture. There's the dryness coming through. Our high risk right now for wind, far southern areas of Idaho and the Sawtooth, the southern Sawtooth National Forest area, and for the northern third of Utah. And you can see that with those winds ahead of the front, the orange and purple indicating gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour, especially the Uinta Basin, northwest Utah, and parts into Idaho. Humidity will be increasing in the north. You can see it's 15% or lower as you head towards the Idaho border and further south. No significant precipitation for today. Tomorrow is a bigger risk for wind. You see the high risk covering a much larger area here across just about all of Utah, much of Nevada, not so much up in Idaho, and that's because another deep low is coming in, and this will bring some clouds and precipitation. We see the dark green eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, breezy and cool conditions coming out of the north, kind of an unusual direction. You can see those enhanced winds here in the purple shades gusting at 30 to 40 and still 25 to 35 mile an hour gusts. We see the orange here in parts of central to even southern Nevada. You can see the disparity in the humidity in the single digits to low teens in our southern areas south of the I-80 corridor, but quickly rising to the north, 20 to 30% or higher. Also precipitation, where you see these green areas, precipitation amounts about maybe from 0.15 to maybe about 0.2 of an inch, and it'll come over several hours. That'll moisten up the fuels, and temperatures could briefly be cold enough for some wet snowflakes on the highest peaks of the Tetons. So you can see we moisten up quite a bit down there, up in northern areas, still dry in the south. That low pushes on in. You see high pressure building with drier air and warmer conditions from west to east. Winds overall will be lighter out of the north. Nothing significant, maybe except down in the St. George area. You can see the dry humidities in the south, single digits to low teens, higher humidities to the north. Large-scale precipitation map doesn't show as much as some of our models show for western Wyoming and parts of Idaho. We expect to see more there. There is a deeper monsoonal moisture staying 2 hours south in Arizona and New Mexico. Further down the road Wednesday, big, hot, dry, high pressure building, and see the tannish shades, dry conditions, warming up quite a bit. And if you watch our significant fire potential, you see the greens disappear very quickly. We dry out as that high pressure just builds and sits there over the central Great Basin. And by Saturday, you can see that high still in place. No precipitation, just hot and dry. No wind concerns, no lightning concerns, but fuels will become critically dry again as we go into next weekend. Precipitation Wednesday, Thursday, nothing. Friday, Saturday, nothing in our area, so we stay dry, and we stay dry through most of the 8 to 14 day outlook. This takes us into the second week of September, warmer than normal conditions east, and basically hotter than normal, near record heat across the western portion of the Great Basin. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.